Welcome back to The Detective is Already Dead. Anime Review episode number 4. Once again, 3 episodes. And as of this particular video, we have 2 more to go. Yes. The names of the episodes are With That, We Saw Our Journey Once Again, Spess, and So I Can't Become a Detective. Yes, now in the case of episodes 8 and 9, we actually finished up the flashback stuff here. So, they go looking for the missing Alicia. They basically go on a boat with Charlotte. Excuse me. So basically, this episode takes place after what we saw in episode 4. Why the heck we waited 4 episodes basically at this point? No idea. So, we have Charlotte, we have Kumi, and Seska when they go out to the island. You have basically Charlotte and Kumi go inside the main base of Spess, where they run into like a bunch of dead bodies, and apparently the leader of Spess, who calls himself Seed. He is apparently an alien. No, seriously, he's a freaking alien. Yes. So why not throw more sci-fi stuff into a crime-driven series? Yes, an alien. Oh yeah, you remember years ago and they described him as a plant? Yes, a freaking plant. And he can make copies of himself. And of course, Charlotte takes upon taking care of his monster, which, by the way, it's the same exact monster that Kumi fought just a couple episodes ago when he fought Hell. Because Hell shows up here again. Yep. And as a fighting hero goes outside, he goes outside, finds Seska. By the way, this scene is basically told in very much detail in the book, where it actually details basically him doing CPR, where he basically grabs one of her breasts in order to do this. And, like in the book, he's about to do mouth to mouth, and then she speaks. Yep. She's like, "Oh, are you gonna kiss me?" Why not, Seska? Of course you would probably want to kiss. You're hot. Yep. Yeah, and then of course she bows Hell, and then Hell basically kind of beats her, and then doesn't completely expect Hell rips out her own heart. Apparently this was a stolen heart. Then, and this I think is quite interesting, she rips out Seska's heart. By the way, this happens in episode 9. Yes. 9 episodes in, and this is when we finally killed off Seska in the series. Yes, we finally detail her death, because they mentioned she's dead. And now apparently she died by having her heart ripped off via more comments. It looked like also her body sort of shrunk too. I thought that was interesting. Yes. And apparently has like, oh, this is so cool. And then Kumi gets knocked out and wakes up. Apparently looks like to be back at his apartment in Japan, even though he was clearly on the other side of the planet. How the heck got there? Don't know. And then, of course, basically come back to present day. This, of course, in episode 10, by the way. Yeah, episode 10, we finally bring back, well, pretty much in the way, they bring back the idol who last appeared back in episode 4. Yes, after about 6 episodes being her absence, she finally comes back here. Yeah, where it's like, okay, so we have the death of the legend detective in just episode 9, and then cut to present day, where we have Kumi, Nagasaki, and the idol. What's her name? She's voiced by Jad Saxton in the series. This is Yui. Yes, Yui. And of course, they're on like a cruise ship. I'm like, this is interesting. Yeah, this is something you very rarely ever see in anime set in modern day. A cruise line episode. I'm like, yeah, this doesn't happen very often. I mean, I know the bathhouse thing is usually very common. A swimsuit episode. This episode does feature basically Nagasaki in a very beautiful swimsuit, a red swimsuit, and of course Yuri in swimsuit too. So, okay, if you're gonna ask me personally, have I seen any anime that features a cruise ship? Not many, of course. I mean, the first that comes to mind is Case Closed, obviously. Aside from that one, there is like no other episode I can think of. This also is the episode where, in present day, where Kumi reunites with Charlotte. And of course, when Nagasaki first meets her and wonder what the heck they're doing, and of course, like looking for a quest, like, okay, so how's her go gambling? Okay, go gambling. Not sure why, but go gambling. Gets her to stop, and then we have this, like, and then of course they go back to his room after looking around the ship for a while, not finding anything, and of course Nagasaki chats there for a bit, and of course they go to a bar along after they go eat in a French restaurant. And by the way, have I experienced eating in a restaurant on a cruise ship? The answer is yes. I was assigned to a restaurant with my family during the 3 cruises I've been on. Yes. I believe like one was Carnival. I think the first one was Royal Caribbean, the first one, and the second and third one was basically Carnival. And we got to eat in a restaurant that normally this food would cost like a lot of money, but thanks to basically be part of the cruise line ship, I could eat no problem. I didn't order seconds per se. No, that'd be kind of stupid. I've never ordered seconds at a restaurant. So after chatting for her, by the way, Nagasaki changed out the outfit she was wearing at the restaurant to basically a very, very simple, very beautiful dress. And from her perspective, it almost seems like that Kumi maybe could confess his feelings for her, but nope. This is what Charlotte's up to, and then of course, basically, she gets upset and leaves. And then he goes back to his room, sleeps for a while, and it seems like it's still a little bit daylight, like early in the morning. Like, basically looks like from his window, it looks like it's daylight, even though when he goes outside, it's nighttime. This is kind of weird. So, he's woken up by this mysterious announcement. And it turns out the person behind this mysterious announcement is Chameleon. Yes, of Spess, who kidnaps Nagasaki because she apparently has not only the heart of the lead detective, but also her blood too. Which, not exactly sure how the heck that is. I get the heart thing, but the blood too? Maybe because the blood pumped from the heart pumps her body? It's possible to say at least. Holds her hostage. And of course, basically, she mentioned that, and of course, Yuri is evacuating the passengers off the ship. And of course, Nagasaki reveals apparently that actually Kumi reveals that their deal is that she doesn't die before he does. Yep. And of course, the episode ends with him firing his gun at Chameleon. And that's the episode. Gotta admit, pretty good set of episodes. We finally moved past the flashback. I thought the flashback was interesting to say the least. I kind of wish we got a little bit more of basically Seska and Kumi take on Spess. And it seems like the only high-ranking officers they basically take on. By the way, they actually show in the flashback where they made with Bat again, which I believe this was actually his 3rd appearance in the series at this point, because he appeared in the pilot episode, he appeared in episode 4, and he appeared in this episode. Basically about 3 episodes so far. Not bad. Not bad at all. But yeah, not much else to say. 3 episodes. They're good. And I can't wait to discuss the last episode of the series. Now, I would discuss this earlier, but my computer was having problems, so do it now. So yeah, that's particularly for this particular review. Next one's going to be 2 comic corners. And that'll be it for tonight, okay? Next video. Bye.